Today we're looking at leaked audio of Bradley Beal and Jalen Green scuffle. Bradley Beal drives on Jalen Green.
Beal.
Wait, hold. Did he try to Matt Barnes this nigga? Oh, he tried to Matt Barnes him right here. So he put the ball in his face. Dylan Brooks found him. Yeah, I think Bill did that to get ejected on purpose. The amount of games he done missed this season, he probably did that shit on purpose.
Oh, Bradley, you.
Look, he laughing. Hey, Jalen Green, look, dude like me, Dre is in the crowd. I gotta swing, bro. Come on. Dre in the crowd? Nah, I can't go out like that. No way. The Suns and Rockets this like the second scuffle they had. This another scuffle that happened I think they played, no, this like 2 days ago. I think they played each other like twice or something like that.
Booker squares and fires.
The book called him trash. He said the exact same thing as Jalen Green.
So Whitmore saying that he's not taking it.
You know what?
He kind of.
You're not dumb enough to fight and get fined. It's just dumb. There's not even. That's why they're laughing, because you're not gonna fight him for real. None of y'all. Hey, until y'all pull Isaiah Stewart, I'm not trying to hear all that shit. Pull Isaiah Stewart if you about it. So this tweet said, Jalen Green showed last night why you don't just give up on a 22-year-old being coach hard for the first time. He played a complete game on both ends. 34 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals on 68% shooting. I don't think people necessarily gave up on Jalen Green. NBA development is not like past years. It's more fast-paced than ever. Like, young players are pushed to like be stars immediately. You see Wemby, you see Luka, SGA, even though his took a little time. They're pushing like young players to be stars immediately. You don't have 4 or 5 years to develop to a superstar. There was a stat I read the other day. It was saying like expectancy for like an NBA career now is like 4.5 years or less than 5 years. Even if you go through his draft class, you already got some people who are out the NBA. The top 7 are safe, right? And matter of fact, the top, not even top 7, top 8. So when you get to like the latter half of the draft, you see Davion Mitchell, he's borderline out the lead. Boat Knight's out the lead right now. I think the Hornets just waived him. Primo's out the lead. These are lottery picks that are out the NBA. Chris Duarte, I think he's out the NBA right now, if I'm not mistaken. Trey Mann, he's just now getting into a good situation. Murphy's doing good with the Pelicans. Then Kai Jones out the NBA. So like a lot of these, Josh Christopher out the NBA. So a lot of these guys are out the NBA now. Keon Johnson, I don't even think he's in the NBA. As you don't hear about most of these players. Bones Highland probably borderline out the lead. You know, the Clippers aren't giving him minutes. And then a lot of these guys are just trying to find their way in there. You have some guys who stick out like Herb. You know, he just signed an extension. Ayo's doing pretty good. You know, but like you don't hear about a majority of these players. Like a lot of these guys are out the NBA. You have like a 70% chance of failing. Some guys get lucky and they get in a really good situation where they're safe. But a majority of these guys are out the NBA. So the NBA is international now. So they're not just looking at, it's not like past years where it was like, oh, the best players are in the US. It's not the case anymore. Like a majority of the top players in the NBA right now are international players. Giannis, Jokic, Luka, SGA from Canada. Like all these people are international players. So it's getting tougher. I'm going to play a clip from Bismack. I got to chop it up with him in Miami. He broke down like the direction the NBA is going in, and he also worked like under the NBPA. I think he's like a vice president or executive or something like that. I'm gonna play the clip of him chopping it.
The league has evolved. There's a lot more international players. I think last year we had like 140 international players in the league. That's a lot. Yeah. But the league has been going global a lot. You know, the MVP the past 4 years has been an international player. So this just to show you how much international players have had an impact. And as the vice president of our union, I think that's one of our biggest emphasis is how can we, one, make sure that these international players are comfortable and welcome into this environment, because I know how it feels like to just come into an environment like the NBA without family member. You know, the league is trending in the right direction. You know, it's always good to see the league growing globally. A little role in the growth of the game, inspiring the youth back home, and I think for me that's always the most important thing. You know, you see So many people talk about legacy, you know. Like we were talking earlier, eventually your name gonna be out of the picture as a player. What we do off the court, the many lives we impact. These are the things that we can sit back and always look back and be grateful for the opportunity. You know, living good life, but also impacting, you know, other people's life that were in need. So, and we put in this position for a reason, for sure. You know, to lift up others. I think we fail as society and we fail ourselves. So I think it's always our job to be able to go back into our local communities and lift them up. You know, because you don't know the opportunity of next person, how that's gonna come. Maybe it's gonna be through you or through somebody you know. So if you close that door, blocking the growth of the universe in a way, you always gotta open these doors to that the universe has been opening for us. At some point, we gotta be the one opening those doors so that there's somewhat a continuation in the dream of the universe, because we got our personal dreams. The universe got its own dream as well. If he help us, which is, you know, what we believe in, God. If he did help us to get to this level, there's a reason why. I think we gotta make sure that what he's trying to accomplish next, we also, you know, become the vessel to allow that to happen for the next young guys, you know, creating the next jobs, you know, lifting up the voice of those ones that you know, voices really can be heard. There, I stopped playing basketball. I will have no regrets, you know. I work as hard as I can. I wanted to be the best player that I could be, and I help just enough people. And to me, the dream was always, if I can help one person, I've done my job. I feel good about it.
Yeah, so that's kind of the direction the league's going in. And, you know, for Jalen Green, he got to figure it out this year. He hasn't had a good season. You know, I know these past 2 games he's played well, but his, you know, overall compared to like some of the people in his draft class, he's not doing too well. He hasn't been shooting the ball well, and he's been like inconsistent. And extension time is coming, so you know we'll see if they keep him. But he's playing under a really good coach. For someone like Ime, I just came from Houston. I was just in Houston like a week ago. For Ime, I don't know how to do with discipline in Houston. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta tip my hat. The Rockets they're not going to the playoffs this year. I gotta tip my hat for Ime. How the hell you not disciplined in Boston? Like, how you get caught lacking in Boston and not in Houston, dog? Like, Houston got some shit. I see why Harden didn't want to leave Houston. You know, Houston got some shit, bro. But we got to give credit where credit's due. Ime been doing a good job. He's going to turn them into, like, a solid Western Conference team. Houston's appealing spot for players to go to is lit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a big city. It's lit. It's always a good time in Houston. So, hopefully he don't get caught up. I mean, after what I saw down there, if Ime don't get caught up, he deserves praise. Matter of fact, the shit in Boston should be forgiven. I ain't gonna lie. If Ime can stay locked in and not get caught up in no bullshit in Houston, I really gotta tip my hat to him, because dog, I see why Drake made all them songs, dog. God damn. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section. And as always, it's your boy.